Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me. I am your host, Rain Boss, and this is Rain Radio. I'm in somebody else's neighborhood right now. I got in this huge argument with my mother. And I'm just making this for my record. I know she's gonna call my brother and tell her that I was in the wrong and I was being disrespectful to her and all this other stuff. I don't know if I can coexist in a house with her anymore. I don't hate my mother. I love my mother a lot. But sometimes, man, it's like talking to a brick wall. She has a Virgo moon. I have a Leo moon. They square. She's a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio. Fighting for dominance, I guess, but I wasn't fighting for dominance. I wasn't even trying to fight. So let me tell you what happened. I was about to read my book. She had called me because she got a new phone. And she was trying to get me to tell her stuff about how to help her with the phone while she was on the phone. And I didn't know how to help her because I didn't know what she was talking about because we weren't in the same place. So I couldn't help her. And then she started to say that I don't help her with stuff and she always has to do stuff alone, and she was acting very helpless, as if she was helpless, as if nobody was there to help her, as if she's always alone and always has to do stuff alone. And that simply just isn't true. Okay? It's not true. I helped my mom out a lot. When my mom was going through her divorce, and even before she went through her divorce, I was there for her. When my mom needed help around the house, I was there for her. When my mom needs somebody to cook because she's tired, I'm there for her. When she needed somebody to take her dry cleaning, I was there for her. When nobody wanted to go to church with her, I was there for her. Until I was like, I don't feel like going to church though. What about what I want to do? Why I'm pleasing other people, but I'm the one drained. I'm the one depressed at the end of the day. I'm the one feeling drained at the end of the day. I just took a walk with her the other day, yesterday. And I got offended, man. And I'm always there for people. This year, I've learned to say fuck that. Because, and that's what my Dr. Johnson was trying to get me to understand and trying to get me to wrap my head around. He was trying to tell me, he was like, Bradley, you're trying to move forward, but these people are pulling you. They're pulling you. They don't want you to move forward. Not in a sense of they're bad people, but you do so much. I think they've gotten used to you doing a lot for them that they might take it for granted. And he didn't say all that. That's just kind of my interpretation. But he did say that. He gave me an analogy where he was like, all right, walk out that door. And I walked out. He was like, turn around, walk out it backwards. He was like, it's difficult. He was like, okay. Now, and Dr. Johnson is a big man. He's very tall and he's big. He was like, okay, now come here. And then he stood up and he was like, hold out your hands. And he grabbed my arms. And he was like, now try to walk out. And I couldn't. And he was like, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. You're trying to move forward, but you're trying to move backwards, and you can't move out the house backwards. Y'all, I've really been trying to love myself, not give so much to everybody. I've been trying to give. I literally told her I need space. I didn't want to argue with her. I told her I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. You're calling me starting this fight by saying that I'm not doing stuff for you, but that's simply not true. And I was like, that's not true. And I was getting frustrated because why are you saying stuff that's not true? And it's like, I was having such a peaceful day. Mind you, I woke up feeling kind of off, and maybe this is why, but I was like, I finally had a breakthrough of my own within myself. And I was like, okay, I'm going to read. It's going to be a nice evening. And then she called, and then she started saying this stuff. And I let her knock me off my pivot. And it was just like, fuck. I always let this woman knock me off my fucking pivot. It's like, she's going to drive me crazy, you know? And I had to leave. She's screaming in her car. She's honking at people on the road. She's pissed off because I'm telling her that I need space. That's really why she's pissed off. And she needs help. But she really doesn't need help. She just wants me to be by her side while she's doing stuff. Because she feels like she can't do it alone. For some odd reason, she feels like she can't do stuff by herself. And then she'll brag about how she's so independent and how when she was 21, nobody helped her with stuff and she got it out the mud on her own. But now she's acting like she needs my help for every single thing. And then she tried to say because I'm young and young people know about technology, but that's not true either. I have to learn about this new technology too. We're all learning. But you're not coming at me as if you want to learn. Sometimes it feels like she just wants me to do the work for her. And so she could just sit by and then she asks me again how to do the same thing that I just taught her how to do. Or this is what she did a lot when she would rant to me or vent to me, she would say the same stuff over and over and over again. And I had to repeat myself, and I was like, I'm done repeating myself. It got to a point where I had to tell her, I'm done repeating myself. And I even told her when I was on the phone today, I was like, I'm noticing a pattern with you. And she was like, there's no pattern. There's no pattern. And I was like, there's definitely a pattern. You just can't see it. You're not aware of it, but I'm aware of the pattern. You want to start stuff with me, and I did nothing to you. I'm not my father. And I'm talking to her because I know one day she'll see this because I'm over it. And she's going to call my brother Garrett. And she's going to tell Garrett how I'm disrespectful and I'm not a good son and I'm disrespectful and I don't have a job and yada, yada, yada. She's providing stuff for me and yada, yada, yada. But y'all, I've been looking for a job. I got a job offer. But I'm focusing on my book. I'm focusing on building things that I actually give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about working for somebody else. I could give a damn about that. And I still feel that way. I want to work for myself. There's nothing wrong with working for people. Hey, if you got a job, hats to you. But that's not what I want to do. I'm just saying, it's not what I want to do. And I've been constantly telling them what I want to do. And it's like nobody's listening. It's like they hear me, but they're only listening to respond. They're not listening to understand what I'm saying. They're just listening to respond to me because she's trying to combat. It's not just her who does it. My dad does it. My older brother does it. Everybody in this family does it because nobody listens. Nobody has ever listened to me. Real shit. I'm shaking. That's why I was depressed. I felt unheard. I felt unrecognized. I felt unseen for a long ass time, man, before I went to therapy. But I didn't want to be that way anymore. I wanted to recognize myself. I wanted to see myself. I wanted to hear myself, man. And I finally feel like I'm embodying that now. And then it's shit like this that comes and it disrupts the whole energy. But mind you, I'm not in a bad mood, but I'm clear. I got my emotions out. I was screaming in the car. I was ranting in the car because I was pissed off and I was frustrated because I didn't want to argue. And she started it. I did not start this because she started it. And let me tell you how. She started it by mentioning all the stuff that I'm not doing for her. And then she mentioned the fact that I didn't want to go to get a phone with her today or go to the Apple store with her today. Basically, I didn't want to hang out with her today. And I guess she got upset and internalized it when it had nothing to do with her. I wanted to read my book. I wanted to meditate. I wanted to take time for myself today. All right. That's what I wanted to do. It had nothing to do with her or anyone else, and I had no grudge against her. I don't have a grudge against her, but I'm tired of this. And you know what? I'm gonna speak to my brother and his wife. You can believe her if you want to, but if you ever loved me and if you ever truly saw me and recognized me, then you will know there's holes in her story. And do not call me trying to get my side of the story, because I'm done defending myself. You can say whatever you want to say about me. You can feel however you want to feel about me. You can feel like I don't listen to anybody. You can feel like I'm not open to suggestions for people. You can feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. You can feel like I'm impulsive. You can feel all you want to feel about me. But the truth is, none of that is true. And if you believed in any of the words that you said, and if you ever truly listened to me, or really, I don't even want to say loved me, because I'll never put y'all in a position to say that, to feel that. But if you, I don't even know. I'm going to just let her say whatever she's going to say. I'm going to let Garrett feel however he feels. I can be the scapegoat. My older brother, Carter, was the scapegoat. But he imploded. I'm not, and he'll be fine. But I recognize that he was a scapegoat. I'm not gonna let that stop me from doing what I'm doing. I know who I am at the end of the day. I know what I'm about at the end of the day. I know where my heart lies at the end of the day. So I'm just gonna figure out my next moves. I don't know what else to do. I've even prayed. I'm trying to heal this relationship, but dealing with my family is so karmic. It's so karmic. And I'm understanding now where all the karmic ties and karmic cycles that I've been put in, I'm understanding where it all rooted from. I'm understanding where the face reader said the vibration of jealousy. I'm understanding it all. I'm not going to cast names. I'm not going to say that my mom is this and that and a third. My mom's a sweet woman. But my mom needs help. Simple as that. My mom needs help, and I don't know how to help her. My mom needs help. Just like you said, I need help and you need space. And then she just kept talking about herself this whole time. She was talking about herself. When I rented and I told her all the things that I did for her, all she did was just list out all these things. And maybe they don't see this. But it's a cycle. I express to her how I feel. She doesn't hear it. What goes on in her mind is completely different than what goes on in my mind. If you know if you know about astrology and you know about squares, if I were to do me and my mom's synastry, I bet you we would have a lot of squares. And it sucks. It sucked because my moon was in my 7th house, which means my mom was the person that I looked up to. But I also got Saturn squaring my moon. I also got the sun squaring my moon. So who I am squares how she feels. When the sun squares the moon, it doesn't always mean it created this tension where I wanted to please people, but I also wanted to be myself. Well, I stopped trying to please people. So now the energy is you're being yourself and it's squaring with your relationship with your mother. It could say feminine figures, period, but that's not all the case with every woman that I've been with. Only some of them. Like I said, with my first love and Miss Pink and Green, really more of my first love, things were really, we were young, but we had a lot of synastry. She was a Leo. So, but I'm understanding things now. I get it. And I cannot bond with this anymore. I'm not gonna do this anymore. And I've been saying that for a long time, but sometimes I feel bad. I feel bad because she's all alone and she's divorced and, but she's gotta ask herself, why is she divorced? It wasn't just my dad. My mom is also combative too. She didn't ease a situation. She doesn't back down. She doesn't back down with her children. She doesn't back down with her husband. And nobody's asking her to. She shouldn't have to back down. But she should be with somebody to where she doesn't have to feel like she has to defend herself. And I've been noticing a pattern with her where she gets defensive. Every time I express myself, she gets defensive for some reason. Don't know where that's at. I'm not casting fingers. I'm not casting knives. I'm not trying to hurt her. I literally am always talking to her with my hands up. Because if I say anything that rubs her the wrong way, I'm not coming at you. And I've had to do that with a lot of people. People keep thinking that I'm a horrible person or that I'm a monster or that I'm evil or I'm something fucked up. And I'm not. I'm not a monster. Jay thought I was going to hurt her. Why would I ever hurt you? I remember she told me she thought that I would beat on her and abuse her. Why would I do that? Even if I didn't know you, why would I hurt you? I have no reason to. I know what it's like to get beat up on. I know what it's like to get bullied. I know what it's like to get teased. Why the fuck would I do the same thing to you? I would never hurt you. I would never hurt any of you. Any of the people that I was friends with. I never would have did no fucked up shit. I wouldn't have fucked your girl. That's not who I am. If you loved her, that's great. I don't want you. I don't want her. I've had a friend sleep with my ex behind my back. After telling me he didn't want her. And he still doubles down on it to this day. I had another friend who did some questionable shit that I would have never did with him. I never would have did that. I never would have did that. There's a reason I stopped talking to people. There's always a reason. There's a reason I leave situations. There's a reason I move the way that I move. Whether I voice it or not, there's a reason. And if you knew my true heart, then you wouldn't fucking question it. Period. I work tirelessly to try to make sure that I'm not offending anyone, that I'm not hurting anyone, that I'm not trying to betray anyone, that I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm just trying to be in my own lane, in my own space. And it becomes this issue. Oh, you're isolating yourself. No, I'm not. I'm creating space for myself. Isolation is what I fucking needed. Most people don't want to be isolated. I needed it. I needed isolation. I needed to go to the graveyard. That's my second book I'm working on. Graveyard. I got so many other books. But I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done trying to act like I need to be around people who appreciate. And when I say appreciate, they look at me and they know where my heart is at. They're not trying to, they don't have their armor up. They don't have their swords up with me. They feel like they can be vulnerable with me. They feel like they can be comfortable with me. I fought so hard to become comfortable with them myself. I want you to feel comfortable around me. Vulnerable around me. Raw around me. I don't ever want you to feel like you gotta have a stick up your ass or fucking have your sword and your shield ready to defend yourself when I'm coming around. I'm not a villain. I may look like this. It's just how I fucking look. Okay? It's how I look. I got piercings in my face. I look like this. I can't help it. This is who I am. It's who I am. I talk like this. It's who I am. It's how I talk. I'm not trying to get you in my bed. I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm not trying to do any of that shit, man. Why the fuck would I do that shit? I'm just trying to make a better life for myself. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give myself the space, the love, the assistance, and the peace and the harmony that I need. And I'm going to tell you something about me. And I'm going to let you know. Just because you buy my stuff doesn't necessarily, to me, that doesn't mean that you support me. At least that's not how I look at it. What did it make you feel? What do you feel when you read this? Do you even read it? Did you even read it? What's the point of buying it if you're not going to read it? I'm not saying they don't read it. But what's the point of asking about somebody's music if you're not going to listen? What's the point of saying you support somebody, but... And I'm not saying they don't support me. Because they do. They bought my book and stuff. Like, she been reading it. But I do know my book is making an impact. All love to you, Janice. All love. And I pray you continue on with your journey. Shout out to Janice. And anybody else. I love to know. That's how I feel recognized. You telling me how this makes you feel. Tell me, how does my music impact your life? How are my videos impacting your life? How am I impacting your life? If not, I'm not even gonna know. Like, cause I'm usually within myself. So I'm not looking outwardly. So when people do come to me, it means a lot to me when they do tell me that these things made them feel a certain type of way. I'm always wanting to know people's thoughts and their feelings and whatnot. And, you know, don't feel forced to do it. But I just had to get this off my chest before, because I do have to go back. I don't have anywhere else to go. Unless I just go on the street. So I got to suck it up. And I have a feeling now that it's going to be tense when I get back in the house. It's going to be tense. But I just got to put my head down and I got to do what I got to do. And when it's time for me to go, I won't hesitate. And I don't know if I'll be back. I just don't know if I belong there. I don't want to be around people who feel like I'm their enemy or I'm not treating them the right way. I don't need to be around you and you don't need to be around me. And that's just, it is what it is, you know. So I'm going to drive around some more and just going to continue to clear my head and cool myself off. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you do listen, if you did make it all the way. And, you know, hey, if you're going through something similar, look, don't let that stop you from doing you. That's all I gotta say. All right, y'all. Bye.